Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to another episode of the Tech Preacher Podcast. So, listen, man, in this episode, I have a question, right, that kind of frustrates me a little bit because I believe that a lot of people is kind of uninformed. So, in this podcast, I'm going to dedicate to the consumer, right, because I believe that we are getting shafted as consumers. And I think the word need to be out there. Let's talk about it. In 2024, we have our major players, Samsung and Apple, releasing their devices. But Apple marketing is all about Apple intelligence, AI, right? Whether or not you like it or not, their marketing is all about AI, right? The iPhone 16 series of devices was going to give you all these plethora of AI features. They call it Apple Intelligence. Well, when they released the device, it doesn't have none of those features. But today, they're still campaigning and releasing ads saying that Apple Intelligence is going to change the world, going to change how you use a smartphone. Whether or not you like AI or not, it doesn't matter. One of the major selling points of the iPhone 16 series of devices is AI. But today, as of me recording this podcast, it's not on the device. So should we as consumers be questioning Apple? Look, I know that the Apple purists will say, well, you know what? It's no big deal because I don't like AI. I don't want AI. And it's going to come out with a software update. But you paying over $1,000 for a device that doesn't come with the promise of their marketing ads. Why? So listen, if you're going from this iPhone 13 and every time you turned on a football game or if you're watching college football or if you just on the internet, period, you get plastered with ads about Apple Intelligence. And so you get excited, man, look at all these features that Siri can do. Look at all these AI features that you can do on your device. Man, I would love to have those features because my current device doesn't have it. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to spend my hard-earned money for those features. And when you spend your hard-earned money and you turn on that device, it doesn't have those features. So as a consumer, should you be a little upset? Because you could have held on to your device until the features is available, or maybe wait till next year. And this is what's confusing me about this Apple Intelligence stuff, right? It's going to come out with a software update. Usually, now the betas are out, right? But I mean, we're not talking about tech enthusiasts. I'm talking about the regular deglars, right? So the Apple saying that those features won't come out until later this year, maybe, before the end of the year. But here's what Apple is doing. Apple is breaking it up into segments. They're going to give you a few features here with the next update, and then they're going to roll out some more features in 2025. Now, wait a minute. We're in 2024. You mean to tell me that everything that you're talking about on your TV and ads and everything, it won't hit my phone until 2025, all the complete features? But that's kind of suck, right? And listen, I know what a lot of people say. The iPhone is great. I mean, it's good, powerful. Great cameras are great, this, that, and other. But that doesn't matter if the ad is plastering something that's not on the device. And, I know a lot of people say, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. But it's not about not buying it. It's about talking about it, putting that narrative out there that people need to be informed. People need to be educated. People need to know these things. People just need to know these things, right? Even if you get upset and you say, you know what, I love my iPhone. I don't care that it doesn't have AI. But the problem is that they selling it for the AI. And that's the whole thing. Listen, if you take away Apple Intelligence, the iPhone pretty much is obviously it's a small upgrade. It's always going to be a small upgrade. But that means they went full force about Apple Intelligence. It is all this AI stuff. But it's not available. So should you go out and spend $1,200, $1,300 on a device for incomplete software? Because right now, the Apple iPhone 16 series of devices is incomplete. Now, say what you want. You buy it, people say it's a great device, it's a larger display, blah, blah, blah. Listen, all that don't mean nothing because if it's incomplete, it's incomplete. That's the bottom line. And as we talk about AI, I think about this Samsung stuff, right? Because Samsung is pulling a gotcha, right? They give you all this good AI features on the Galaxy devices, all this good AI features, right? But guess what happens after 2025? Samsung gonna make you pay for these AI features. So wait a minute, I'm confused, man. Like this is what are we doing here? What are we doing here? First of all, I know a lot of people say, I ain't gonna pay for AI and so if they start charging me, I just stop using it. But here's the problem. Samsung is using AI to bait you in, right? To give you all these AI features to make your life easy and simple. By pressing a button, you got all this AI, circular search and all this good stuff, right? But all of a sudden, if you don't pay a fee to retain this software, they go take it away. So they go get you baited in for a year. And I'm sure that the S25 is going to do the same thing. So they go bait it in and they go take it away because it's going to be a subscription feature. And I mean, listen, man, this is, I mean, it's rough, man, because a lot of people are misinformed. A lot of people are uneducated to what these companies are doing. Bad enough they're charging you $1,200, $1,300 for it. And I mean, God forbid, the pixels coming out at 128 gigs for $10.99. And it's just ridiculous, man. You got your major players is really and truly just screwing over the customer big time. I mean, you got Apple with AI that's not available, incomplete software, rolling out devices. You got Samsung that's baiting you in with with AI, but they go charge you subscription fee after a year. You got Google that's giving you a base device with 128 gigs. And I know what people say, if you want more storage, buy more storage. But that sucks. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm like, man, bad enough the devices are expensive. And I understand, I know what people go hit the comments, I know what people are thinking. If you don't want it, don't buy it. Don't talk about it. Well, if you don't talk about it, if people don't bring it to the forefront, if people don't complain about it, nothing gets done about it. And I think it needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked about by tech reviewers. It needs to be talked about. And I understand what tech reviewers do. I ain't worried about it. I'm just not gonna buy it. And if people is not educated, they let them get doofed by the companies. That's not the right thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because look, every year people anticipate on new iPhones. They get it and they get excited because they see all these ads about AI and it's not there. You know, people buy these Galaxy devices because they see all this circular search and all this good stuff, AI stuff. And then in the, next year you got to pay for it. But after 2025, they're saying that going into 2026, you have to pay for this stuff. I mean, is that cool when you spent over $1,000 for a phone? I mean, listen, we're not talking about $300 phones, $200 phone, mid-range devices and stuff like that. We talk about high-end premium, break the wallet type devices. We're not talking about, and listen, man, it's frustrating because look, me as a tech reviewer and as a tech preacher, I like to educate my audience. And if you don't want to be educated, turn it off. Turn this series off. Don't watch my channel. Like, I feel like this, man. I'm to the point where if you don't like me preaching about tech, don't watch me. Don't listen to me. But if you like to be informed about my passion about products and services, you came to the right place. If you have your doubts saying that, you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna buy it anyway, no big deal, I don't care what you say, well, you're on the wrong channel. I'm gonna tell you, man, I feel that the educational thing that we need to do, that I will do. Listen, I'm going to be a voice for the people, right? I'm going to be the voice for the people. And if other tech reviewers don't do it, that's all on them. I just feel that we being set up by Samsung that, you know, after a year of having all these AI features that's making your life better, right? AI battery, AI cameras, AI this, AI that, and all of a sudden they go take it away, you know? I mean, listen, man, we have to fight for our mighty dollar. We got to fight for the product that we buy. We got to fight for these companies that's setting us up to take it away. Apple, incomplete software. Samsung is setting up the users for a subscription-based AI service. But you gotta be kidding me. Look, Google, listen, the Pixel 9 devices is probably one of their best series of devices, but it's a money grab with the base device. I mean, come on, man. Listen, the prices of devices are more expensive now than ever. And I understand people say, well, inflation, everything is high, this, that, and the other. Okay. But they don't give you a charge in the box, so they're saving money. They don't give you nothing in the box. They don't give you, the boxes look like a pancake. That means they're saving on boxes, they're saving on material, they're saving on accessories. Okay, at least they could do is not screw us on software. So we have to wait. If you're an Apple person, you have to wait for a software update to get a feature that you didn't pay for already. You have to wait. What if you don't like that feature? What if you find that once you get all this Apple Intelligence stuff, you don't like that? You want to return your device. Let me go back to my old device. But because at that point, your 15-day return period is over. That means you can't return that device once this stuff come out in a month from now, 2025. So you can't make a decision on whether or not you want to hold on to your device because of Apple Intelligence. What if you don't like Apple Intelligence once you get it? You can't return it. So this is the mockery of the unfinished software that this need to be reported. Just think about it. Most companies give you a 15-day return. Okay, if you bought your device based off of everything that you've seen online, everything that you've seen Apple do, then you bought the device based off of that, but Apple's telling you, hey, we're going to give it to you in increments in the software update. But what if you don't like it once it come out? What if the software updates do other things, bring more issues to your device, more overheating issues, or maybe some battery degradation issues? What if you don't like it? You want to return it at that point, but you stuck with it. Man. So, I mean, I have an issue with these companies. A lot of people say, well, don't buy Apple or don't buy Samsung, but you got to understand, in the United States, they are the leaders. They are the king of the crop. They are the ones that a lot of regular degulars spend their hard-earned money on. And I think the educational value, they need to know this. They need to know, it's not fair, man. Like, a lot of people say life ain't fair, but when you pay your money for services, when you pay your money for products and services, you should get what they are advertising. And they're advertising something, Apple is advertising something that you're not getting. And that is a problem. Samsung is advertising something right now, is giving you features and functionality right now, and they're going to make you pay for it after a year or so. That becomes a problem. Google is giving you the horrible storage on the planet, 128 gigs of storage for over $1,000. And this need to be said. It don't matter how good the phone is. It don't matter how the cameras are the best on the planet, the display is good. It don't matter about all that. It's all about the money. And to me, it needs to be spoken. It needs to be talked about. We get shafted by these companies, man. And listen, I go back to my older devices, man. I remember when companies used to fight for your mighty dollar. They used to give you every feature in the kitchen sink. They used to give you all the accessories in the box. They used to give you the best unboxing experience. They used to give you the headphone jack, the SD card. They used to give you heart rate sensors and everything else in between. But today, they're not doing that. So where all the extra money going? In their pockets, in their profits, but they're shafting the customer in the long run. And it needs to be talked about. It needs to be explained. And listen, man, if you're an iPhone person, congratulations to you, right? But if you're an iPhone person that just bought a new iPhone because you've seen all this Apple Intelligence stuff, you see all the reviewers all hyped about it and talking about how good it is and this, that, and other, and you get this device that it doesn't have none of those features that is being plastered on the internet, then let me know. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about that. And listen, I understand a lot of people's feelings about this new AI stuff. I understand that people don't care about AI. They ain't worried about AI, but they trying to sell you AI. And it should be available on day one. I just think that these companies, I believe that these companies think that the consumer is stupid. And you shouldn't be stupid. You should be well educated on what's going on as of today. If you buy iPhone series of devices that do not have all the features that they promise today. Now, the updates might come next month. Updates might come tomorrow as of me recording this podcast. But today, the update's not here. And that is a shame because they're selling you a broken promise. It's incomplete software, and that's not cool. Samsung is baiting you in as a user, give you all this features and all this AI stuff, and all of a sudden, come next year, they'll tell you, hey, all this stuff about to end. You have to pay for this stuff. And how would they do this? Like, they gonna take this stuff off your device, or they have a code that's built in with a time clock that if you try to use an AI feature, a pop-up gonna say, hey, you can't use this feature. You got to pay $6.99 or $4.99 a month. What's gonna happen with when the user don't buy the subscription? What happens? All of a sudden you go get a pop-up and say, hey, this AI camera feature is only available per subscription when you used it already? What happens when you hit a feature that's not available because you have to be subscribed to a subscription? What, you gonna get a pop-up on your phone that's telling you that you can't use this feature, you have to subscribe to this service? Like, what the? I can't believe that we are getting baited into this mockery of something that it's confusing, man. It's confusing. Listen, like I said throughout this podcast, I know what people gonna say, just don't buy it. But that's not the answer, folks. It needs to be discussed. It needs to be put out there. It needs to have this thing that is called informing the consumer, educating the customer on what you buying and what you're not getting. That's all I'm doing here. And it's frustrating to me, man. But look, man, I'm gonna continue to talk about it. And we're going to talk about it, man. I'm going to continue to talk about it. And I say this, right? You know, me as a tech preacher, man, I'm here for the consumer. I'm here for the regular degglers. I'm here for you guys. The tech enthusiasts that don't care about AI, tech enthusiasts that don't give a crap about all this stuff. And then listen, then this going on to do you, right? But the consumer need to know. There's going to be somebody out there that going to say, wow, man, I didn't even know that. You know, I'm about to go out and spend $1,500 on a 512 gig iPhone 16 Pro Max. And I thought, I'm seeing these commercials. I'm seeing all this AI stuff and Siri and all this stuff like that. And all of a sudden, when I buy the device, all these features are not here. I mean, listen, all these features go lead up to the iPhone 17. So why even release the phone with incomplete software? You know why? It's money, baby. Because Samsung and Apple has a loyal fan base will buy shit on the stick if they sell it. They sell a cloth that people bought a $20 cloth. This is how Apple know that they can sell you a device with incomplete software and they know you're still going to buy it into the millions. So, but I think you still need to know that you're getting bent over. That's all, right? Samsung is baiting you in, and these three players, right? These three players is something that I'm going to continue to talk about. And as good as the Pixel 9 series of devices is, as good as I talk about how good they are, I believe that they really suck that they selling a device for over $1,000 and they not giving you no storage. And we all know that apps take up a lot of storage. We know that the camera features take up a lot of storage. We know there's like 4K and all these other, it takes up a lot of storage. And 128 is not enough. But a lot of people say, well, pay more money to get more storage. But that's not the answer, man. I mean, the answer is stop letting these companies screw over us, man. And that's the answer to the question, man. And we have to be boisterous about it. We have to talk about it. We have to continue to tell people the real about it. And I'm going to talk about it here. I really am, man. I'm going to really continue to talk about it, even if people don't want to hear it, right? Even if people don't want to hear it, I'm going to continue to talk about it because I'm going to fight for my consumers. I'm going to fight the fight, even if I lose. I can't sit up there and say that I didn't try. As a tech reviewer on YouTube, I'm out there all over the place. That means I want to have a voice for the people. And even if Apple don't care about what I say, and the Apple fans don't care about what I say, and even if the Samsung fans don't care about what I say, it has to be said. All right, we're going to get on out of here, man. Another episode of the Tech Preacher Podcast. That's frustrated, man, because I see what's going on out here, and I see the future, and the future is not great for these three major players in the United States, the three major players, right? They look like they're going to take the consumer to lunch, and they're going to make you pay for products and services for no reason, and that's just my opinion. All right, let me know down in the comments. This is Eric. We're going to see y'all next week. Same bad place, same bad time, baby. Later.